Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. All right, Ben, what is on the bar today?
Well, I have over here a giant bottle of, bam, Ancient Age 10-star.
He likes to brag.
Okay, so this one is, I got this 175 home wrecker. It is a plastic jug.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this one
Is kind of like the grown-up version of this one.
right. So we have the regular Ancient Age. We've done a review
And what
of
is that? Who makes it? And
This is Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 2. The regular Ancient Age is 80 proof. It's very basic, bottom line. The 10-star is 90 proof, and it is not available in Minnesota.
Yeah,
but I was recently on vacation, and I saw that they had this, and they only had it in the home wrecker size. But it was only 28 bucks, so I was like,
I didn't
well.
look at this. So it's a 10-star, not 10-year.
So apparently, I did some reading.
Okay.
Apparently, back in the day, it used to be a 10-year.
Oh, and they've replaced years with stars.
With stars, yeah, and now
As
it
you do.
says on the neck of it, just like all the other, like the benchmark and the other Ancient Age, aged at least 36 months. So from 10 years down to potentially 3. Now, I don't know if maybe they just put that on there because they don't want to differentiate. Did I say that right?
Close enough.
Between some of their stock, and maybe some of this is getting aged a little bit longer, and they're using that for this.
Could be.
And they don't want to have to.
Yep.
You know, so they just put at least 3 months. So could be 3 months. Or
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years in 1 day.
Yep.
Could be 5, 6 years. Who knows?
Yeah. So this is a benchmark Buffalo Trace product.
Yep.
And they do have some famous bourbons in this line, this mash bill.
So it's the same mash bill as Blanton's. So, and you know, Elmer T. Lee,
Yep.
Hancock Reserve, Rockville Farms.
Some others, yeah.
Yeah. I do love the little plastic insert for pouring.
It does actually make it a lot easier.
It does. It just makes life so much easier.
It does.
All right. So 90 proof benchmark or Ancient Age. I'm just gonna be doing that the whole review.
It's a struggle. Yep.
Ooh, that's got definitely a more of a bold flavor than I remember on the regular one, or a bold smell.
It does have a rich caramel with kind of like a red spiciness to it.
Yeah, it comes off a little youthful.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit of that. Youthy green. Kind of basic.
Which you would expect. This is very mass produced. You know,
Yeah, mass produced, and it's like I said, it was 28 bucks for the home wrecker, and so I imagine a normal size. I think they only make this in liters and above.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree with you. It's got the caramel. It's got it's grainy, but it's actually not grainy. Maybe in a bad way.
It does have
Get
a
a little bit of the
nice
corn.
vanilla, though. I expect a little bit of wood spice, even though it's kind of only 3 years. But I guess, you know, if they're 3 quality years, depends on which 3 years.
3 good years. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go in for the taste here and see what happens. Cheers.
That's rich. Boy, marshmallow sweetness right off the bat.
I'm with you on the marshmallow.
I
I don't know if I would have come up with that to describe it, but I totally agree with you.
Wow, I don't remember the regular Ancient Age or Blanton's or Elmer T. Lee being this sweet, this up front.
It is, yeah, they are very sweet. Those ones have, this is the higher rye mash bill, and those ones definitely have a little more of a spice profile. You know, Blanton's and Elmer T. Lee.
This has a little bit of black pepper at the very end, but it's light. A little bit of alcohol proof from the 90 proofer, but
I don't dislike this.
I think I like it.
I do. I like the flavors. This is one where it's definitely better than the regular ancient age. There's something a little flat about it.
There is. So I feel like there's several really nice flavors.
Yeah, they're a little smooth.
They don't. No, well, I wouldn't say that. It's got a nice sweetness, but it doesn't work very well with the rice spice. Like they don't work as great together.
Yeah.
It just has some nice flavor notes, but it's not a balanced bourbon. It's got this weird sweetness. It's maybe a little too sweet, a little bit of a rice spice, a nice smooth caramel, some black pepper. Like it doesn't all work together. It's not horrible. I actually genuinely like it.
No, this is, I mean, flavor-wise,
I
don't think they're fighting. I'm not getting the flavors fighting each other maybe as much as you are, but I'm just getting that everything is very tamped down. I was expecting maybe just a tad bit more, and maybe that's the low age.
So I feel like the sweetness and kind of like almost like a, I'm gonna say buttery, but it's not really buttery. It almost like washes over some of the other flavors and holds them down.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. It's a little, yeah.
I do this for a living.
Yeah, that's true. Perfect. World-class bourbon reviewer. I will say this, I wouldn't recommend regular ancient age or even benchmark for a beginner bourbon. I would just say pass by those and go to something else. This one at the 90 proof, drinks very easy, and it's got some classic bourbon flavors. And I would not have a problem recommending that to someone who's new, like just wants to buy something inexpensive because they don't know if they're gonna be into it or whatever.
Sure.
This, I think, would work for that.
So I
kind of classic bourbon flavors.
I would go slightly further and say this is a good entry to bourbon. But then it's also, you know, if you're a whiskey geek or whatever, and if you're watching the channel, there's a good chance you are. This is a good one to keep on the shelf. You can have it as a sipper. It could handle an ice cube because it's so sweet. Not for long.
It is very sweet, the more I'm drinking it.
Yeah, but then it definitely would work great as a mixer for like an old fashioned or something like that.
Oh, I don't know if I would maybe go for this with an old fashioned, but definitely there's some other cocktails that I like that this would work well for.
Yeah, I want to try it. I mean, the sweetness is, I really do like sweet bourbons, and so.
And you like a really sweet old fashioned.
True. So.
Greg's old fashions are like 8 ounces. And then they're like 50% simple syrup and 50% bourbon.
That's right. Yeah, they're pretty.
They do taste good though. I will give you that.
Yeah.
This one, you brought up the marshmallow. I'm getting that kind of s'moresy vibe from it. It's reminding me of like a toasted barrel.
Toasted barrel,
which has not been a flavor profile I've been super into. I love graham crackers, but I'm getting that graham crackery note with like the s'mores vibe.
Totally agree.
But I've really come around on that flavor profile.
To be honest, at this point, I'm surprised this is not a Heaven Hill product.
Yeah, it's definitely got some vibes like that for sure. So
I know I just insulted a whole bunch of people. I apologize, but that's what I thought.
Honestly, this isn't bad.
No, if it were available here, I'd have a bottle on my shelf.
Yeah, for being so budget friendly.
Yeah, totally.
You know, $28 for the huge bottle. I think it's one of those ones where, yeah, it definitely has its place for sure. So here's the $1 million question.
The $1 million question.
Yeah,
okay.
it's maybe more like a $5 question.
$28 question.
Or how much does a bottle of another bottle in the mash bill 2
Oh, that's where you're going
cost?
with
It's that, whatever that is, that's the dollar amount of this question.
So I think the answer is like $59.
Okay.
But you have to sign up for a lottery and have the opportunity to buy this bottle.
Right. We're going to compare this to another mash bill 2 product. And we're not going standard Blanton's because that's kind of like the most popular.
It would be, but it's 94 proof.
Yeah, Blanton's is 93.
93.
And this is 90. So we do have on the bar, bam, we have Elmer T. Lee. This is the basic regular one, the single barrel.
Yep.
We thought it'd be fun to do a little comparison instead of just doing the regular ancient age to the ancient age 90 proof.
Yep.
Let's compare another 90 proof bourbon in the same mash bill.
So we did a review of this exact bottle 8 months ago, something like that. And really, really disappointed in it.
Yeah.
And since I paid the $60 and signed up for the lottery, it was probably me more than you, but it's not a bad bourbon.
Oh, not at all. It's not bad at all.
It tastes like bourbon. However, I would not pay a ton of money for it, and I definitely wouldn't sign up and consider it a unicorn. Like, I'd probably
I wouldn't either. It's one of those ones that became a unicorn because everything from Buffalo Trace.
Exactly.
There are actually stores that have told me that they're having a hard time getting ancient age, the regular one now. Like, that's how out of control this has got.
Again, those people need to be buying raspberry vodka.
Raspberry vodka, sure.
I want that to become the next unicorn that...
Right off the bat, Boy, that's a totally different
Boy,
profile.
I'm getting way more rye spice, kind of grass. Not youthful grass, but more of the rye.
More oak spice. Those are two completely different profiles. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even guess these are the same distillery.
That's what I'm saying. This drinks to me like it got lost along the way or something.
Really actually like the nose on the Elmer T. Lee right now. And like we said, we didn't not like it in the review. It's just, and some of that's our fault for
Totally.
looking at it as...
Your expectations are way
Yeah.
too high. It never could have lived up to the expectations, and it didn't.
Yeah.
But the reality is, it's a fine bourbon. At a fair price, it would be fine.
And at that point, we had already drank plenty of Blantons and stuff like that, where it's like we already knew about the expectation versus reality. We're far enough into our bourbon career to know that. So we weren't like putting it on a pedestal, but it was one of those things where it's just like, okay, this is all right, but there are a million other bottles that are just as good that you can buy anywhere. All right, I'm gonna get one more sip of the Ancient Age.
10 star. Almost like toasted barrel, marshmallow.
Yeah, it very much has that profile. I'm going. I
bit
poured a little
cinnamony
more than
now
this
that
than
I
probably need.
Yeah, I poured too much too, but
Yeah, that's got a much more bold nose to it.
more rich caramel, but not sweet. They are a lot closer than I remember.
The nose is way different, but the palate is...
I'm with you.
The Elmer T. Lee is definitely different from it, but there's some stuff where it's in the same ballpark. Like on the nose, they're two completely different bourbons.
I agree.
I will give definitely the Elmer T. Lee is the winner between the two of them for sure.
Totally. So I would say where this one I was getting some individual flavor notes, bourbon notes. This one has all of those bourbon notes and they work much better together.
Yeah,
So I would maybe say this is an 11 star.
sure. It is pretty basic though.
It is.
Like there's nothing mind-blowing about
No.
this. And again, I'm not expecting it to be mind-blowing, but like there are plenty of like just my go-to bourbons that I think are more complex and more
totally
interesting
agree.
than this.
This just has a straight down the road alcohol burn that's like not very interesting. It's got a little bit of the caramel and some sweetness. It's not bad. It just
No, it's not bad at all.
there's some other bourbons that do more.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just I don't know. There's something about this that it's missing some stuff. But it is definitely more balanced than this.
Yeah, for sure. Man, now I gotta pour just a tad bit more of this because you know where this is going.
The truth of the matter, the blend on this one could actually be a pretty interesting bourbon.
It might,
I
because
think
they're
you got some
different
wood
enough, but they're-
spice
yeah.
and sweetness.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get into that.
Yeah, I need to do another sip of the Elmer T. Lee to just knock it down a little bit more.
All right, I've got a solid 50-50. So before we get into the blend, overall, Ancient Age 10 star, like we said, definitely deserves a spot on your shelf as a budget pour, maybe a mixer, but I think you can enjoy this neat.
I genuinely like it.
Beginner could enjoy that neat.
And
Because
back
it drinks really easy.
Yeah, it does. And just if this was a $40 bottle
Sure.
that was available pretty regularly, I would probably buy it.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
It's not a unicorn.
Nope. I mean, it is a unicorn, but it just hasn't really, I don't know why.
It's a disappointing, sad little unicorn.
Yeah. It's a unicorn with like a horn broken off of it and like a club foot. Did I miss something there?
No,
Oh.
I was trying to do the sad trombone thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. So now
right.
we've got the blend.
So now we're at, we don't know age on it. Like this one we think is like 6 to 7 years, but they don't actually put it on there.
Yeah.
And this one, it's probably 3 or maybe a little over 3. But it is 180 proof now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 290 proofers.
Yeah.
Interesting nose on this.
I honestly think it's almost a toasted barrel thing.
It is. I keep coming back to that too. That's really what I'm getting.
Toasted
off of.
marshmallow style. Maybe some graham cracker.
All right. 50-50 Elmer T. Lee Ancient Age 10 star. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. I'm trying to think,
I'm gonna have to see if you can give me another sip on this.
is this something that they sell already. And I don't know, because there's several things in this line that I've never had. Several Mash Bill 2 bourbons.
Well, no, they don't just have a bottle that's 50-50 Elmer T. Lee and...
Well, no, but something more similar to the ages and so on.
I don't know. I feel, again, the whole thing is just missing a little bit. Just something. It's like it's almost there, it's just not quite.
What if it had a little horse on the top of the bottle?
Ooh, you might be onto something. If there was a horse on top of this bottle, and it was the same mash bill, it would be worth hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds of dollars.
Aren't we always dissing blends?
It's okay. I think it tastes better than these. I mean, the blend is actually pretty nice. Mm-hmm. Between the two of them, though, I mean, if I were going to the store, I would buy this one. I like the sweetness. This one is missing a few more things, but it is more rounded.
It's got a little extra kick to it, though.
It does.
At the 90 proof point, you can definitely tell there's some extra age on this.
Yep.
And that shows up for sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, not bad.
No, not bad. And I think back to, Buffalo Trace knows what they're doing. Mash Bill 2 is an excellent.
Yeah, sure. I'm more of a Mash Bill 1 fan.
I totally agree.
Honest,
I prefer.
But yeah, this one for sure. If you see a bottle of this for cheap or whatever, this is a good utility bourbon. I would say. I think I could sit and enjoy a pour of that neat if I wanted something that was a little lower proof.
Yeah.
Nothing expensive. It's just interesting when you compare this to just a regular Buffalo Trace at 90 proof. I feel like there's a drastic difference there in quality. And this is good, but like I said, it's just missing a little bit. It's a little bit flat, But other than that, not bad. Kind of impressed. And I don't know, the blend is... I feel like the blend maybe just... The good things that Elmer T. Lee does have going for it kind of got softened up a little bit.
So I don't know, I like the blend. Now, I mean, it's crazy to blend these two, but it added a little bit of sweetness to it. This one added a little bit of complexity, a little bit more richness. So I actually really like the blend. I feel like it is actually approaching Blanton's kind of flavor profile.
So?
It's not really there yet. Maybe that old Charter that I have, I think I killed that bottle. But
we put a pretty good dent in it the night we were having a cigar.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe like a 2 parts Elmer T. Lee and 1 part this would maybe be a little more in my wheelhouse.
Right.
Just have a little bit more edge to it.
Yep.
Anyway, that's for another video. We're kind of rambling now at this point. This has been Ancient Age 10-star with a guest appearance by Elmer T. Lee on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Thanks for watching. Share this video with a friend or an enemy. Cheers.